Happy Halloween, everyone. Danielle Emanuele and Gareth Wheeler here with you up at the Kia training grounds. And oh my goodness, what are you wearing?
Happy Halloween. Hold on. Better?
That's better. Are you for real? I love Halloween. This has to be one of the best holidays of the year, and I'm glad you were a good sport about it.
Thank you. I have zero shame whatsoever. And I think all the guys had a good laugh at my expense today.
So let's get into it. I mean, we are coming off of such a high last night at BMO Field, Toronto FC with a 2-0 victory over New York City FC. But of course, the storyline out of that was David Villa, the kick out on Armando Cooper. The league is going to be looking at it, but Greg Vanney is taking a different approach.
It's no surprise to me that they take the diplomatic approach. There's nothing really that they can do. The film is there to see, and the 5-member panel will decide whether it was egregious enough to see David Villa suspended. We have seen like fouls, seen players suspended retroactively for like fouls. So the pressure's on them, but we know how these things work in professional sports. Star players are treated one way more so than other players, and David Villa is one of the biggest stars in this league. It's undeniable, a phenomenal talent. He's a World Cup winner, and I just can't see the disciplinary committee making a decision to suspend him, even though he probably should. So let the media, let the fans put the pressure on the league and watch this club take the high road like they always do.
And New York has an uphill battle to climb because considering the fact that Andrea Pirlo, it's still unknown his status heading into the game on Sunday. Patrick Vieira said last night in his press conference that he'll have to undergo some more scans when they head back to New York. So lots of things to be decided heading into that match. We knew that it was going to be a tactical battle. The 3-5-2 for Toronto FC seemed to pay dividends for them, especially over the course of the last 3 games.
Well, it's been a huge week for Toronto FC with the fan support, really the city rallying behind this team, and in performance as well. I feel like all the players have raised their game, but the one common denominator is the fact that Greg Vanney decided to play this 3-5-2 system, and you've seen it at times over the course of the season. I think it caught some people by surprise, but it's worked to a charm. It just gives the team so much better width. At times they fall back into 5 at the back, and the 3 center halves in Nick Hagglund, Drew Moore, and Eric Zavaleta have come together really well throughout the system as well. So it's like all the parts are working in unison, and it looks right. And the midfield 3 in Azorio, Bradley, and Cooper, they've come together and really controlled the midfield as well. So there really isn't any flaw in the design of the system, and I don't think they'll change it heading into this weekend in New York either.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, Gareth Wheeler posed that exact question to defender Nick Hagglund, and he said that he feels it's a benefit to their athleticism.
I feel like it's the best suited for all 3 of us. I think we complement each other well, so I actually feel more comfortable in a 3 than I would say in a 4 right now with the way that we're playing. I think the team as a whole, it suits our athleticism and it suits how we want to pressure and how we want to play and make turnovers happen.
Well, it was a regen day here up at the Kia training grounds. Proper preparation for this team to not only recoup physically, but mentally, and knowing that there is a tough task ahead at Yankee Stadium on Sunday. We know now that that kickoff is going to be at 6:30 p.m., so we can start to look ahead towards that. But the field dimensions there, I mean, you can do all the X's and O's that lead up to it, but nothing will truly prepare you for that.
It's a smaller field, and what's awkward is that it doesn't run kind of parallel to the way that a normal field would with proper dimensions, because you're kind of playing across the baseball diamond. Now, as a spectator in the stadium, it's honestly not as bad in Yankee Stadium as it looks on television, but for the players, it's the sight lines which are completely thrown off. Also the fact that it's much smaller, so there's naturally going to be more chances for both teams. We saw a 4-4 game at Yankee Stadium last year. We saw a 2-2 game earlier this year. And on the season, in New York City FC games, 8 more goals were scored at home than away. So expect the unexpected. Well, for Toronto FC, though, yes, you're carrying a 2-0 lead into this tie, but if you score a goal, then it forces New York to score 4. So I don't think that you change much heading into this weekend's game, but it will take some time to settle into the matchup and really get accustomed once again to the surroundings.
Well, we will be keeping you updated with coverage and content all week long. Both Gareth Wheeler and I will be heading out to New York City, so we hope that we can provide even more coverage for you guys. So use the hashtag TFC Live. Tweet us any of your questions or things that you want to know. It is going to be one of the most historic games in franchise.
Do you want to wear these? Are you gonna pack these?
Maybe I should take these with me. I mean, to see those sight lines at Yankee
Yes.
Stadium, I'm gonna need them. We'll see you guys then.